hashtag I'm here. If you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay. Hope you're all feeling good. And yeah, today I'm going to be talking about my sports life and how I translated that into business and my clients and DC Fit, got the gear on. Yeah, it's an exciting story, and I'm excited to talk about that. And happy Friday! Let me know what's going on for you this weekend. Honestly, I have a flight in 20 minutes. No, I'm kidding. I have a flight in a few hours to Texas, going to an event. I'm actually a guest speaker at the event, which is awesome. I hope I get some content on that to share and help more people. But I'm excited. All right, if you're tuning in right now, hashtag I'm here. If you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay, and let's jump into this podcast without further ado. All right. 3, 2, 1. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Men's Fat Loss Made Easy podcast, where I'm here to give you the best tips and tricks that you could use on your fat loss journey. Gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about how I went from quarterback to coach, right? Growing up, I was really always into sports, basketball, football, even younger days, hockey, even baseball. Those things didn't really like the hockey. You had to wake up really, really early. I wasn't into that when I was younger. And then baseball was just a little too slow for me personally. So I loved basketball, loved football, was growing up really competitive and hated losing. And then my coach saw that and wanted me to play quarterback. And I remember like bawling my eyes out to my parents, like, call the coach, tell him to change his mind, put me back to my other position. And I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want that leadership role. I didn't want to touch the ball every play and have the responsibility of that right there. And it was tough for me to take head on, like at a young age, getting this responsibility for me. Like I wanted to call it quits. I was not ready to play quarterback. And I stuck through it because my parents did not call the coach, and I kept playing through it. And eventually, I just stayed with the process, and I ended up liking the position because it gave me a leadership role where I felt I can inspire other people and lead guys towards one mission, which is really just like winning. And I feel like that's what I do now, except for just like daily life, right? And it's funny, you almost have like this realization just talking out loud about it. But yeah, playing sports and being quarterback, it really taught me a lot about just character and leadership and helping other people. And I really did love it. And we went on to be a runner up in the state championship. We ended up losing, which is a whole different, another live training, another whole different podcast. But then senior year, we went 10-0. Again, we lost in the playoffs, but it's okay. Like we were just very competitive. We played very good. And I loved it, and I was training for it. Like that was my life, right? Just like football, hanging out with friends, chilling. It's really it, right? And then I hit college and I lost my identity. I really did, because no more sports. If you're playing sports since like 2, 3 years old, right, and then you hit college, you're not playing anything at all, you lose your identity. Because before that, it's sports season, and then you're off season training for the season, and then like that's pretty much it, right? If you're really into sports. So lost my identity when I got into school and college. I'm like, listen, well, like, let's be real, right? College, yes, it will challenge you, but there's a lot of free time, right? So it was like, what am I going to use my time with? I really lost my identity. There was a lot of nights I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And honestly, just like crying and just like not knowing like what is going on, what to do. It didn't have purpose. And when you don't have purpose, it's scary. So then I thought, throughout my sports career, I was getting healthier. I loved working out. I knew that I loved working out. And, before I was always into sports, then I broke my kneecap, right? I gained a lot of weight and I gained 30 pounds, which you probably heard my story before. And losing those 30 pounds was like really a big test for me. And I was able to do it. So in my head, right, freshman year of college, I'm like, I can help other people do this. And so that's what I started doing. Just simple, like generic meal plans, workout plans, literally on the notes app of my phone, just texting it to people. I'm like, hey, try this out. Let's get it going. I started my fitness page end of 2018, right? So that's literally like 6 years ago. And it's just crazy. So what I did, gentlemen, is like I took that mentality from sports and that leadership and applied it to my clients, applied it to my business, right? A lot of you go through adversity, you go through something, and then that season of your life stops and you're like, oh, well, that's just the past. No, take what you learned and apply it into your current life right now, right? So you can have a more successful future. And that's exactly what I did. So it's funny how God works in our lives. Like, he works in levels, right? He will put you at one level to get you to the next one. He'll put you at this level to get you to the next one. For example, right now, I'm really trying to get into public speaking. I talked about before I started this podcast how I have an event this weekend. I actually am talking my building next week. I have some things going on. I'm going to a real estate agency, talking there, a few things going on, right? So the level I'm at right now with like fitness and the podcast and live training and doing calls, like I'm just talking all day, right, for my work. I'm doing that to prepare me for that next level, right? So it's just amazing how that works. So always take that, gentlemen, right, with some serious wisdom, knowing like where you're at right now, you're probably not supposed to stay forever. It's supposed to bring you to that next thing. All right. So I just want to share my story, how I start with sports, how I start with quarterback, how I got to coach. And it's funny how every season of your life will funnel into the next one if you let it. If you're pessimistic and you're like, oh, that's just the past, I'm not going to learn from it, then you never will learn and you'll never grow. But if you let your past, even if it's success, even if it's adversity, if you let it help you learn and grow, you're going to succeed. All right. So I hope that makes sense. I hope my story inspires you just a little bit here. And you know who to reach out to if you need some extra help with your own success journey. All my socials, they're on the podcast. And I hope you have the best day of your life. God bless, and I'll talk to you soon. Boom. Let's go. That is it, gentlemen. I appreciate you so much for tuning in, and hopefully you got some value here and just kind of using my story to inspire your own story. That's why we're doing this. All right. So I appreciate you. Like I said, kind of in the beginning, I got a flight to catch soon. I got to pack up because, I'm last minute. And God bless everybody. I appreciate you. And I will definitely talk to you soon. Send me a message if this resonates. And I appreciate you.